get in my bag. I had to get in my bag. Yo, what's good, man? What's good with it? This is another segment of Ray's podcast, man. And look, I already know what time it is. I don't like giving people the run around, but you know, your boy's a coach now, grinding for 99. It's a lot going on, but I'm back with it, man. I'm here, back to regular, normally schedule. You know, we back talking about it all. And everybody kept asking me, well, how do I feel about the Carmelo Anthony wave, the Jimmy Butler trade, who's coming out the East, football stuff. I'm here. I'm back. I'm here to talk about it. And you already know what it is, man. Oh, first and foremost, shout out to Waylon, you know, Birch, Jair, and my boy Edie, man. The song, check out their SoundCloud. I'm going to put their page in the description below. And while y'all here, like and subscribe my page. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ray's Podcast, and give me your feedback so I can hear everything you got to say. And I'll be having polls about who I think going to win. Well, who you think will win on the weekend, football games, basketball games. So holla at your boy, man. I'm here with it. So what it is and what it ain't. If you don't like what I got to say, then join the debate. Starting off talking about Carmelo Anthony, man. Man, first, man, the NBA season has been full with a lot of drama. You know, we had a lot of injuries, a lot of drama, fighting. In the first 16 games, everything been crazy. Draymond, Kevin Durant getting in an argument with the Warriors breakup. It's been going. It's been the trades. Jimmy Butler, Tyson Chandler getting picked up by the Lakers. It's crazy right now. But, yeah, Carmelo Anthony is no longer with the Houston Rockets. He has been waived. And that's tough. that's also tough, man. Because we know that Carmelo is a future Hall of Famer. Even though Carmelo messed up in OKC, you can't discredit, you know, his capability over the years of how he been playing, you know, being an all-star. He never won a championship, but he did get to the Western Conference Finals. Was in the playoffs, like, his first 8 or 9 seasons or something like that. Was snub Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I am a LeBron fan. It's tit for tat, Rookie of the Year in 03. But, yeah, Carmelo Anthony did a lot of great things in his career. Now, for these past 2 seasons, I said this before, Carmelo, you got to show us something. And he has not been up to par. He has not been doing great. You know, they put him off the bench. He didn't like coming off the bench, but he came off the bench. He had a couple good games. I mean, of course you're supposed to play good against the Brooklyn Nets. It's the Brooklyn Nets. Like, come on now, kid. Yeah, man. Shout out to AI, man. Got the AI jersey on today, you know. Shout out to everybody in Philly, man. My man Reg from Philly. I got a couple other people in Philly, though, man. Shout out to everybody in Philly. But, yeah. So, Carmelo, I mean, he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. Now, I wouldn't say he's a cancer. I'm not about to sit here and come up here and talk about Carmelo being a cancer to the teams that he's at, but the way that he shows up on the court, he's not playing up there. These young cats is playing good. Shout out to Gary Clark, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing for the Houston Rockets. You know, as soon as the Rockets dropped Carmelo, the Rockets won that big game. They won a game, you know what I'm saying? And now they on a winning streak right now. They beat the Warriors, but the Warriors didn't have Stephen Curry. And I'm pretty sure Draymond didn't play because, you know, the injury or whatever. KD didn't do his thing. You know, he going through it. But Carmelo, yeah, it's time for him to go. Now, they said no team wanted to pick him up as of right now. I know that overseas team in Puerto Rico wants to pick him up since the hurricane with Carmelo coming in with, you know, make money for them and publicity and stuff like that. I don't think Melo should retire, though. I don't think Melo should retire. But he's not going to the Lakers, so everybody can stop saying that. He's not playing there. Magic Johnson already got them young boys over there, and he's building them and growing them in there to be great, to be ready for the playoffs. So he's not going to the Lakers. Melo's not going there. He can go to Miami with D-Wade. He can't go to Memphis. The Celtics would even take him right now because Gordon Hayward not doing his thing. And, you know, Kyrie said he would like a 15 to 16-year veteran to come on their team to help the young guys and help them to know how to bounce back from a tough loss because they did lose to the Pacers off of that big shot by Victor Oladipo a couple weeks ago. Crazy. Told you them Pacer boys, a sleeper team that took Brown to 7. But, yeah, Carmelo Anthony shouldn't retire. I took last year with OKC, he didn't show up in the playoffs. With OKC, okay, Billy Donovan didn't put him in the right positions for the type of playing style they plays. It was no excuses. He got his shots up, enough shots. I mean, you can't go through 15, 1 for 12. Like, you getting up shots. Pretty sure most of them shots is wide open. A lot of people were saying that, when he played with Chris Paul, a great point guard, because he's playing with Russell Westbrook, he's selfish. Well, he was playing with Chris Paul, and he was not showing up. So, yeah, it's about time for Melo to get up out of there. The Rockets trying to win the championship. They don't got time for that. Get Melo up out of here. We thought you was going to do something. You ain't showing up. Time to make some changes, man. You already know what it was with Mike D'Antoni when he was your coach before with New York Knicks, and they got rid of D'Antoni. They didn't want to get rid of Melo because, of course, it's Carmelo Anthony, sell tickets, yada yada. So now D'Antoni's the man with the Rockets, even though they didn't win the championship, couple injuries last year, but they are a title contender team with the West. So it's about time for Melo to get up out of there. What comes around goes around. Karma. So yeah, Melo's up out of there. He could go to Memphis. He could go to the Celtics. He could go to the Heat. But he's not going to LA. He's not. The Lakers are not picking him up. They already got Brandon Ingram. They already got Kyle Kuzma, and they already have Bron. You know, they already got their positions filled. They don't need Melo. People say, Melo could bring in scoring, but he's not even doing that with the Rockets. So Magic Johnson, they worrying about something else. Yeah, but that's what it is about the Melo case. I had to start off with that. You know, Jimmy Butler is with the 76ers now. Does that change things? Yeah, it does. You know, who is still coming out the East? My man Davion think he think the 76ers coming out the East with or without Jimmy Butler. I beg to differ. I always said it was going to be out of Boston or the Raptors, and I told you, Game 7 is up in the air, but I'm going to give you on that my too early prediction again because, I'm going to get on to that, though. But Jimmy Butler is now with the 76ers. They got Robert Covington and Dario Saric up out of there. They're over there with the Timberwolves right now. Okay, the Timberwolves did win their first game with that new crew, and the 76ers lost their first game with Jimmy Butler. Okay, blah, blah, blah. No. I don't think the Timberwolves are going to make the playoffs. They needed Jimmy Butler. It's early in the season. There's a lot of teams that's even top 8 right now. Like the Clippers are top 8, no disrespect. And but yeah, the Clippers not about to be in there a long time because the Rockets not even in the top 8 or the Spurs not even in the top 8. So I don't think the Clippers are going to stay in there that long. The Magic are in the top 8. They doing all right, but I don't think they're going to stay in there that long either. I think Miami could possibly get that last spot. A couple other teams, but I don't think the Magic gonna get that in the playoffs this year. Nah, it's too early right now. D-Wade gotta get up in there. But yeah, so the 76ers got Jimmy Butler. He's over there with Joel Embiid, and he's over there as well with Ben Simmons. Markelle Fultz still can't make a free throw. Don't know what's going on. You in the gym every day. Don't know what's going on, but he's struggling right now. But Jimmy Butler can bring that leadership over there. He said the other day that he can say criticism to his new teammates, and they're not whining about it. They can take the constructive criticism, and they just be fine and work hard. 2 different personnels, 2 different teams. Everybody's not the same. Philly would be all right. Philly will get to the second round for sure. Now, if Philly plays the Raptors, I got the Raptors beating them straight up. Philly played the Celtics. I got the Celtics beating them. I still think that the 76ers are a second round team with or without Jimmy Butler. That's just me. But if they can get over the hump, then they just have to prove it to me and they have to show it to me. But I think, the Celtics will get it after a while. Kyrie Irving with his, 46-point scoring last night, 45-point young Irving jersey. He's back in his bag. LeBron tweeted it as well, but I still would have said that he's back in his bag, back in his bully. But, yeah, I think the Celtics going to figure it out. Gordon Hayward is not Gordon Hayward's not getting it right now, averaging only 10 points. 3-point percentage is low right now. They're thinking about putting them off the bench. So after they make a couple of changes, the Celtics be just fine unless the Pacers do something and get somebody. That's that sleeper team. They took Brown to 7 games. The Pacers can shake some things up. But even if so, too early prediction, I think it would be the Raptors versus the Celtics. And yeah, going right there. And as of right now, I like the way Kawhi is playing right now. The Raptors could get to the finals and then they might win a championship. It's type early though. We ain't got to see what Boogie do when he come back with the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, so speaking of the Golden State Warriors, is this the end for Golden State? That's what's all in the headlines. Drama. I told you, back with drama. It's early to say by saying how they're going to break up because Stephen Curry is not there. You know, he's hurt at the moment, so he's not with the team. Draymond Green did that bozo play of not passing it to Kevin Durant, but he was trying to make a play, but he didn't even look like he was trying to get up a shot. He just dribbled the ball in front of 3 people and fell on the ground. Kevin Durant and Draymond Green got into an argument. You know, there's a lot of cursing. I ain't even going to get on that about, you know, on my channel, but you can look at the headline on that. But basically, he told them, quote unquote, we'll win with you. I mean, we won without you. So we don't need you. Basically, you need us. The next game, I guess, it got the KD hard because he didn't play well at all. But, yeah. And I mean that's just facts though. The Warriors already won without Kevin Durant. So, and I like the way how Draymond Green is coming out there. You know, he doesn't care who you are, and that's just type of person he is, and he backs it up on defense. He is the heart and soul of their team. But I still think without Klay they can't win. But you know, you need everything, all the pieces. Everybody need to play their role. Physically and emotionally, right now, the Warriors are not there. But it's early. We haven't still even saw Boogie. After that altercation, people don't think that Kevin Durant's going to sign back. Now, that is up in the air. That can be true. I mean, Jared Jack is friends with Kevin Durant, close friends with him, and he tweeted and he said, you thought the league was bad before with KD joining the Warriors. Wait till KD, AD, and LeBron are all on the same team. It's too good to be true. I don't believe it. I think Kevin Durant probably go to the Knicks maybe with Kyrie Irving. I know they have been talking. Yeah, that's under the table. That's something y'all don't even know about, GG3. But shout out to that man. But under the table right there, that can't happen. Or he'll just stay with the Warriors. I don't see him. He's not going back home. Why go back to DC? Like, for what? Like, why I'm about to leave playing with the 2 greatest shooters of all time, the best shooter of all time, Stephen Curry, and the greatest team ever to be created, to go back to DC? Like, no, I don't got nothing to prove over there. He's trying to get rings, and that's what he's doing. Kevin Durant's brother, you know, was on his Instagram story. He said a little bit of words. So, and Katie's mom said she loved Magic Johnson and she loved LeBron James as well. So it's too early to be talking about the Warriors breaking up. It's the regular season. It's the headlines. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for any of it. Let's wait and see how the season pan out. Let's wait really until after the All-Star break when teams really getting down to the nitty-gritty, you know, when they're really getting serious, because that's when you got to try to make the playoffs. That's when you really got to try to make the playoffs. And all the teams that's trying to fight to get in that 8th spot or 7th spot, that's what teams going to take it serious. It's early in the year, you know. It's too early to say anything. And Curry, not even there. He's not even there at all. But yeah, my prediction to come out in the East and the West. We about to talk about the standings real quick. You got Toronto at number 1, the Bucks at number 2. Gotta watch out for the Bucks too. My bad, I forgot to talk about them. They beat the Raptors to be undefeated about 2 weeks ago without Kawhi playing and without Antetokounmpo playing. And the Bucks are still the only undefeated team in the season. But then obviously, you know, everything comes to an end. Talk about them Rams too. Everything comes to an end. But yeah, and then the Pacers are number 3, Boston number 4. They both tied. You got Philly number 5, Pistons number 6, Hornets number 7, which the Hornets can make the playoffs. They can make the playoffs. And then you got the Magic number 8, who I don't think will be there at long. Golden State number 1, of course, Denver. Denver number 2. Everybody be like, whoa, what's up with Denver? Like, this not going to last long. I mean, Gary Harris is here. Gary Harris is finally healthy. You got Jamal Murray playing like the most improved player. No, Derrick Rose is not going to get most improved. He is already an MVP. He's averaging 18 points this season, and I think he was averaging 18 points last season. That's not improving for nothing. It would be Jamal Murray possibly winning the most improved player. Could have been Karis LeVert, but, you know, big time injury with that. Prayers up to that man. balling for the Nets, man. He was going crazy for them. But yeah, big time injury. But yeah, Denver's nice. They always been nice. You know, they just didn't have their piece last season, and that's why they lost to the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves ended up making the playoffs, obviously because Jimmy Butler was back. But now Gary Harris is here. The Denver Nuggets are healthy. They still don't even have Isaiah Thomas or Michael Porter Jr. So that's crazy. Then you got Portland number 3. I don't know how the Trailblazers do it. I don't know how they do it. I don't know Dame Dollar. I didn't think that Dame Dollar, that man, Dame Dollar, CJ McCollum. They got people off the bench playing big. And Portland's looking good. You know, they got something to prove. They got something to prove because they got swept by the Pelicans last year. They ain't going nowhere too far. But they going to make the playoffs, though, I guess now because Portland's looking good. I guess. We'll see, though. Grizzlies number 4, Mike Conley. That man, money man, Mike Conley. He back. Ohio State. He's back now. They got their point guard, Jared Jackson's over there. They got pieces, Kyle Anderson, Jersey, you know what I'm saying? He's over there as well. They got pieces. Wayne Selden over there, Kansas alum. They got pieces. The Grizzlies can make the playoffs in the West. They'll hold their ground. I don't think they'll fold because the Grizzlies, when they had Mike Conley for a whole season and when he was healthy, they were a top team in the West. They got to the Western Conference Finals a couple times. They lost. Never got to the finals. You know, there was a time when they lost to the OKC. They beat the Spurs at the time. The Grizzlies are known for that when they're healthy. Mike Conley's here, so let's see what happened. Winning the championship coming out the West, nah. Second round, just blessing them second round. First round, I think them boys out of there really in the first round. Then you got the Clippers number 5. The Clippers are not staying in the top 8 in the West. They're looking good right now. No disrespect, but they're not staying in there. They're not. Then you got OKC, who's number 6 without Russ at the moment. They'll make it to the playoffs. They'll hold it down. I think they'll be around the 6th and the 8th range. The Lakers finally woke up. LeBron James and the kids and the boys, Brandon Ingram. People talking about Brandon Ingram needs to be traded. No. But I did hear that Brandon Ingram and Lonzo is probably in the trading talks for John Wall. So that's crazy. That's under the table. Something else that y'all know about. So when the story come out, you know, you heard it here. That's if it come out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it'll happen. But if John Wall was to go over there with LA, yeesh, that's tough. That's tough to play with Bron. That's tough. And then the Pelicans is number 8. You know, it was a time when the Pelicans was undefeated this season, but then Elfrid Payton got hurt, and then that's when they lost their first game. People say, oh, it's just Elfrid Payton. Nah, he was a point guard for them, their heart and soul. Elfrid Payton was balling when them boys first started off 5-0. When they first started off 5-0, he was balling. The AD got hurt, so then they kind of branched off. I think they probably lost like 6 games in a row, 5 games in a row, and then they kind of got down to the 8th spot, you know. 3 teams that's not in right now, though, are the Rockets, the Spurs, as of right now, and Utah. The Rockets would kick up now that they got the drama out the way. The Spurs are on the edge. If they make the playoffs, they got to be in the 6th and the 8th range. I still think the Lakers finish top 5. Speaking of top 5, that man LeBron James, top 5 and scoring just past Wilt. That's crazy. Good transition. But Utah, can the Utah Jazz be overrated? Are they overrated? Was last year just a good season? I'm starting to believe it. Even though Donovan Mitchell did get hurt this season, but the Utah Jazz can be overrated. I don't think they'll probably pick it up and get to the playoffs. I think the Trailblazers probably get that spot for them, but it's a long season as well. So, you know, we'll get to that as well. But, you know, that's all for the NBA today. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what's going on. I think 2 early predictions to close it off. I think it'll be the Warriors versus the Raptors going off like that. And that's just, as of right now, I don't think the Lakers are going to win the NBA. I don't think the Lakers are going to come out the West. They might not even make it out the first round, just being that it's their first time being there. So we'll see what's going on right there. Yeah, but moving along now to NFL, where it's really real. I'm going to say it off right here because, you know, I really wanted to do the show after the Saints beat the Rams. I had a lot of stuff going on, you know, couldn't get the camera, yada, yada, but the Saints beat the Rams. The Rams are no longer undefeated. The Saints looking like the top dog right now, looking like the number one team. Who that? Drew Brees is having a miraculous season. It's looking really good over there. They got Dez Bryant for one day, then he messed up his Achilles. Tough. Now the thing about trying to sign Brandon Marshall, trying to get them weapons, it's crazy. It's looking good. The Patriots looking like the Patriots as well. They always doing their thing. Superchargers. Why is nobody not talking about the Chargers? Why is nobody not talking about the Chargers? I don't know. The Panthers, I did say, are they for real? But then they played a real team. And then they got blown out by the Steelers. But we're going to get onto that, talking about the Rams. The Rams are no longer undefeated anymore. The Saints beat them. Saints are the top dog right now. But I'm still saying that the Rams will beat the Saints to go to the championship. Akeem Talib is not there. Of course, Marcus Peters, he's getting blown by. When Talib comes back, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Defense will kick up. They'll be fine. They'll get their revenge back over the Saints. That's just me. That's my opinion. If you don't like what I gotta say, join the debate. Simple. Just join the debate. But NFL is really crazy right now. The Cowboys won huge over the Eagles in Philly last week. Huge to be 4-5 to tie it up right now. The Redskins play the Houston Texans this weekend. I think the Houston Texans are going to beat them. Remember, the Texans started off 0-3 and now they number one in their division, which is really tough. Le'Veon Bell is not coming back to the Steelers. They are taking his shoes out of his locker room and they're making funny videos about it. So Le'Veon's not coming back. So we can move on for there. With or without Le'Veon, the Steelers are still probably losing in the second round. So that didn't even really matter at all. But we're going to talk about the standings right now. That's what I'm going to get on. The standings right now in the NFL. You got the Patriots number one in their division is 7-3. Told you didn't believe in the Dolphins. Never believe in the Dolphins. I always say that though. Got Pittsburgh number one in their division, but you got the Bengals and the Ravens playing this weekend. The Ravens need to win against the Bengals this weekend, but I think the Bengals will probably beat the Ravens. So you can bank on that. I guess you could say you can bank on that. Me saying that. I'm 28 out of 14 in my picks so far in this year, so you could bank on that. I think the Bengals will beat the Ravens this weekend. You got the Texans, who's 6-3, and then you got the Titans. The Titans, who are 5-4. Remember, I said I never believed in the Titans, but the Titans been doing their thing. They ended up beating the Patriots. They beat the Patriots. They did. They doing their thing, and they beat the Cowboys at the Cowboys' place when they were dancing on the star and stuff like that, being very disrespectful. The Jaguars, where they go? Where has Jalen Ramsey go? The last time we was talking, I said that that they was going up against the Chiefs, even though the Chiefs beat them. That was it. They've been getting smacked. They've been losing. Blake Bortles, no more Jalen Ramsey talking junk no more. The Jaguars are finito. They are done this season. Fluke. I thought the Jaguars was going to try to go back and get. They beat the Patriots this year. They beat the Patriots. It's not working out over there. Blake Bortles up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Up out of there. And then you got the Kansas City Chiefs, who's number one in their division, who is 9-1. But then you got the Superchargers, who's right behind them, being 7-2 losses. The Chargers do looking good. The Chiefs is obviously going to win that division. Yeah, I don't think the Chargers will do their thing. So, do their thing against them. So, that's AFC is looking real tough. You got to give respect to the Patriots because the Patriots is always coming out on top. But then the Chiefs will get their revenge back on the Patriots when it really matter. I think that'll happen. But it's too early to say. Then we got the NFC East. We're gonna come back to that. I'm gonna tell you about the NFC. Then we're gonna come back to the NFC East. You got the Redskins, who's 6-3, surprising. The Cowboys, who 4-5, and the Philadelphia Eagles, who's 4-5. My Giants are 2-7. We just got to win over the 49ers, or they're predicting, talking about we'll win 8 straight in a row and come back and stuff like that. It's a far-fetched, but we'll see. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend. People saying my man Eli need to get up out of there. So it's a lot going on right there. Offense line's back, and Eli's playing iffy as well. He's not out of pocket. He doesn't run really like that. So I'm not really going to get too much on the Giants. That's my team, so I'm going to let it be how it be. It's a tough year next year, kid. But then you got the Bears, who's 6-3. You got the Vikings, who's 5-3. And then you got the Green Bay Packers, who's 4-5. What's up with the Green Bay Packers? What's up? Aaron Rodgers might not make the playoffs this year. That's crazy. Once again, that's crazy. They end up losing. Yeah, they end up losing a lot of games. A lot of tough games as well, yes. They lost to the Seahawks. The Seahawks beat them. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers needs over there, but the Bears play the Vikings this week. The Vikings are 5-3-1, so you know what I'm saying? It would be tough this weekend for the Vikings to get that dub against the Bears. It can happen. Don't bank on that, though. I'm staying away from that game. That's one of those great games that I like to stay away from and watch as a fan. Then you got the Saints, who's 8-1. Then you got the Panthers, who's 6-3. Never believe in the Panthers because they always lose in the second round. I say, nah, they're going to lose in the second round this year, though. Panthers real good, though. Panthers good. I just be giving a lot of people a hard time because they always say the Panthers going to the Super Bowl. Panthers going to the Super Bowl. I don't believe in Cam. You know what I'm saying? Never showed up in the Super Bowl, didn't die for that ball. But that's a whole nother conversation. The Falcons are 4-5. They play the Cowboys this weekend. They need this win to stay somewhat in the conversation of trying to make the playoffs. They need this win against the Cowboys, and we'll get to that on that. Then you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-6, who dropped off Winston to go back to Fitzmagic. Who first started off with Fitzmagic, dropped him off to go to James Winston. James Winston was throwing all the touchdowns. He's a leader in interceptions. Played last game to go back to Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic came back, but in that same game, but still lost. Now Fitzmagic's there. Now he's playing against my Giants. We'll see what's going on. Need my G-men to get this dub, man. He needs to get this dub, But I'm gonna come back to the Panthers too, and then you got the Rams, who's 9-1. Then the Seattle Seahawks, who's 5-5, who's trying to stay relevant, trying to get into the playoffs. Now let's talk about this NFC East. Now the Washington Redskins are number 1 in the NFC East. They are number 1 in the NFC East. Number 1, right? They're not going to stay up there too long. They play the Texans this weekend, and they're going to lose. Now, there was all hype when it was up. They're up 2 games, right? If I'm not mistaken, they're 6-3. So yeah, they're up 2 games. But it was a time when the Dallas Cowboys just came off a bye, so they basically was kind of up 3 games because the Eagles just lost their 5th game. So they was up like 3 games, 2 games, whatever it was. They was all on ESPN. Running back talking junk, defense player talking junk. They all hype, real good. Then they come and then they win. They won. They won their next game. They did. Kudos to them, but now they play up against one of the hottest teams in the league, who's on a 6-game winning streak because they started off on 3, and they're going to lose this weekend to them. Man, DeAndre Hopkins is balling, looking like the best wide receiver in the league today. Yes, he is looking like the best wide receiver right now. He always said he was the best wide receiver in the league, but can't take nothing away from you got to be confident. But he's proving it. He's proving it. All different type of quarterbacks. He's doing his thing. And the Redskins are going to lose. The Cowboys need this win against the Atlanta Falcons. That's a tough game. I'm going to stay away from that game. I'm going to watch it as a fan. And we're going to see. Stephen A. thinks the Cowboys will lose 3 of their last, 6 games? 5 games? I think it's 6. They got to play the Saints. They got to play the Eagles again. The Eagles are going to want their rematch. They're going to play my Giants the last game of the season. It's possible that they can lose 3 games. It is possible. We got to see though. They surprised me though. I didn't think they were going to beat the Eagles in Philly this past week, and I didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. Shout out to them Cowboys fans. I know them People out there, they hype. My man's Chris, man. My man's Pals don't like the Cowboys. They hate the Cowboys because everybody's America's team. Yada, yada. But it is what it is with that. Carolina Panthers. Carolina Blue. We're about to talk about the Carolina Panthers. This is a message for all my Carolina Panthers fans. Let me talk to y'all. Listen clearly. The Panthers are a great regular season team. I repeat, the Panthers are a great regular season team. They made it to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, which was very nice for them, which was very good, but they blew it. Cam did not play like how Cam normally played in that season when he got to the Super Bowl. He was inaccurate, overthrowing a lot of people, and he didn't die for that ball, which was a crucial point. People say he cares about his career, but if it's the championship, you need to try to win that championship, and that's simple like that. You got to do what you got to do. The Panthers will make it to the second round this year. I'm giving them the second round, and they will lose to the Rams or the Saints. Mostly Panthers fans are saying that they would rather play the Rams than to play the Saints. I do not understand why y'all think y'all can beat the Rams. I don't understand why y'all think y'all can beat the Rams. I'm giving y'all to split with the Saints. I'm giving that. Y'all will lose in New Orleans, but then y'all will win most likely at home. If y'all lose at home, y'all getting 0-0 straight like that. People say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. If they beat y'all 2 times in the regular season, they beating y'all 3 times. That's it. The Panthers are going to the second round and they're losing. I'm giving you the second round. Losing the first round, I'm talking mad junk up here. Straight up like that. Y'all played the Steelers, who is a team that who's a Super Bowl contender team. I'm not saying that they can get there, but that's a great team. Y'all played the Cowboys this year. Y'all played my Giants, which I really know that y'all supposed to lose that game, but y'all won. I ain't taking that away from y'all. Played the Cowboys. Y'all don't really play no top dog. No top dog, really. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, my bad. I know you're like, well, why you? I know y'all made that face. Y'all played the Eagles. Y'all made that comeback. Cam did his thing. My bad. Cam did his thing. He did his thing. But can he be consistent? Can he do that all the time? No. You don't know what you're going to get from Cam. He's a great quarterback. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's already going to break all Mike Vick records. He's going to make crazy records. But the Panthers are not winning the Super Bowl this year. They're not winning the Super Bowl next year either. Y'all tired. I said it. Leave it alone. Straight like that. Man, Panthers fan be getting me tight, boy. Y'all be getting me tight word too. Like, I don't even understand what y'all type of time y'all be on, but it's straight up like that. And then, so this week when you got the Saints versus the Eagles, I got the Saints beating the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Chiefs versus the Rams on Monday Night Football. Woo! Are you ready for some football? That's going to be crazy. That's the top dogs. I'm over here. We number 1. We over here. We tied for number 1. But that's going to be a great game. I think the Rams hold it down. So banking it like that, I'm taking the Rams to beat the Chiefs. Then you got the Bengals versus the Ravens. Crucial game. Lamar Jackson may start because Joe Flacco might not be ready. Joe Flacco may be ready. I got the Bengals beating the Ravens. Falcons versus Dallas. I'm taking the Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons. That's straight off the head. I'm taking the Falcons to beat them. That's going to be one of the games that they lose. And then obviously I'm taking Houston to beat the Redskins. The Redskins is 6-3. The Texans are 6-3. You got one team who's number 1. You got another team who's on a hot streak. I'm taking Houston. Redskins not gonna hold it down for a long time. It's gonna come down to the last week for the NFC East. And who will win? I got the Eagles still. I still think the Eagles will find a way to get back and get there. Wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys get it though. The way how they've been playing. Don't believe in the Redskins. The Redskins are not going to win a division, and that's simple like that. College basketball. Duke men's basketball. Crazy, right? Crazy. I'm a Carolina fan. I'm sitting up here saying Duke over and over and over. Crazy, right? They're unstoppable. They're the most craziest team right now. Zion Williamson, you know what I'm saying? They're comparing him to LeBron James. You know, no, he's not going to be LeBron, but he's great, though. Zion is averaging 25 and 10 rebounds, and he's shooting 32 for 39 in the games that he hasn't played. That's freaking crazy. Well, Villanova lost big, got blown out by Michigan. Kentucky lost. Kentucky lost to Duke, got blown out the first game of the season. But I was saying Duke all day. But watch out for Kansas. Rock-Chalk Jayhawk, watch out for Kansas, man. They still got returners. They got a couple great freshmen there. And it might be them two teams staring down at each other when it's all said and done. But you never know when March Madness come around. Things could go crazy. You know, we saw what happened with VA. They lost to UMBC. You know, so anything can happen in March. But, you got Duke number 1. Kansas number 2, Gonzaga number 3, Virginia number 4, Tennessee number 5. Woo, that's pretty good. Nevada number 6, the Twins back. Carolina, UNC up, man. You already know what time it is. Still think we split with them Duke boys. We don't win at the crib, and it's OVA for us. Then you got Villanova, who's number 8 as of right now, but they lost. This would change. This would change because it will be the new week coming up. Auburn number 9, Kentucky moved all the way down to number 10. That is crazy. Michigan State number 11. That would change. Kansas State number 12. Oregon 13. Florida State 14. Syracuse 15. Virginia Tech 16. Mississippi State, they up now. They up 17. Michigan 18, but they're gonna move up. Clemson 19. UCLA 20. No Shaq, son. TCU 21, LSU and Nazir Reed. Watch them boys over there. They 22, Purdue 23, Marquette 24, and Buffalo. Buffalo is 25. It's early. College basketball is going to be crazy. You got Duke, who's the top dog. We already said that. Kansas is the top dog. Gonzaga still got their returners to be a top dog. Virginia has something to prove. They might go to championship against Duke in the ACC tournament this year. Virginia is crazy. Tennessee, I gotta watch more on them, see what they're doing. Nobody talking about Indiana. They can be alright too as well. So we gotta watch out for them as well. Auburn, SEC, that's gonna be how it is. They're gonna do their thing. Florida State is pretty good, and Syracuse with Jim Boeheim with that 2-3 stretch defense. College basketball is back. It's crazy. It's too early to really talk about college basketball because when March comes, anything can happen. We already said that. You know what I'm saying? But Zion is the top guy right now. RJ Barrett's tough. Cam Reddish tough. I really got to watch more of my UNC boys. We've been in a dogfight, couple games. One of the Furman players also hit 15 threes, which is crazy as well. But I got to really watch my UNC boys to see if we're ready. We ain't got that much returner. We still got Lou. Oh, yeah. State is a good team as well, but we all know how NC State is. I had to talk about State. Got to talk about them. They got to show me something. They got a new coach. Well, he's not a new coach now anymore. He was there last season, but that's going to be tough as well. Is Florida ranked? Nah, Florida is not ranked. That's crazy. What the Florida boys doing over there? God, ain't Florida State the only team that's ranked. But yeah, man, there's a lot of crazy going stuff on. But this Wednesday, LeBron James returns back to Cleveland on ESPN. He returns back to Cleveland. So you need to see that. That's going to be must-see TV on ESPN. Then the Thunder play the Warriors. Wednesday's going to be a lot of great games. The Thunder play the Warriors on ESPN as well. Then you got the Bucks playing the Trailblazers, the Nuggets playing the Timberwolves, the Pelicans versus the 76ers, the Pacers versus the Hornets, then the Rockets versus the Pistons. So be on the lookout for them games this week. This next week coming up, NFL, I gave y'all my prediction. We talking about that. I'm back here with it, man. We back talking. We here, we back talking. So what it is and what it ain't. If you don't like what I gotta say, then join the debate. Copy.